welcome back to a new vlog. It is the week of my afternoon tea, which I'm very excited about. If you guys didn't see the last vlog, I am hosting an afternoon tea this month, kind of spring inspired. I'm very, very excited for this, and I have such a great group of girls lined up to attend. So today is Wednesday, my afternoon tea is on Sunday. So I am trialing my desserts today just to make sure that I like the recipes that I'm planning to use. And then tomorrow I'm going to finish up the tablescape and kind of polishing all the silver and doing those more logistical things. And then Friday is florals day, so we're going to go to the flower market, pick out all the florals, actually assemble them, and then Saturday is food prep, and then Sunday is the brunch. So I'm very, very excited. I think this is going to be a jam-packed, very juicy video, which we love. So I want to show you guys what I'm wearing today. I need to find like a good angle to show you my outfits in here. So I wanted to wear something just a little girly because we're cooking, and this dress I found on Reformation, and I think it's so cute with the poofy sleeves and the big polka dots. So yeah, I love this. I got this in, I think, the smallest size that they have, and it's so pretty. I can't wait to wear this in the summer with like a giant hat on. Okay, so I have all of my recipes printed out. I always like to do that and just have the instructions in hand. So today we are making one lemon loaf, and then we are making one just vanilla sponge cake. So I am planning for the vanilla sponge cake to have it be basically a rectangular sheet cake, and I'm going to split it up into little tiny rectangles so that it can go on the afternoon tea platters and fit. But yeah, I'm gonna start off by just baking them in these, and then I'm gonna square them off. So each individual cake will have a little flower on it. So this is kind of the inspo images that I pulled. I'll also put them on screen so you can see them better. But I'm thinking about doing a blue cake with white icing, and then icing over top flowers. And so I have the color wheel on here, you guys, because remember how I told you that I was doing painting classes? And if you didn't see my last vlog, basically my New Year's resolution was to sign up for a painting class. I did a lot of painting in high school. I loved it so much. And this year I was like, I need to find a hobby that's gonna get me off my phone. And I also knew that it would come in handy with all of my other creative work. I feel like everything always flows into each other. So, and what's crazy is we started off in my oil painting class painting with palette knives to create flowers. And that's exactly what I'd like to do on the cake. So it's gonna be very interesting to try and do that with buttercream. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very nervous because literally even in our class, I'm looking at my painting and I'm like, oh, not looking the best. So we'll see, but I printed off the color wheel because something we've been talking a lot about in our class is color theory. And you know, if you want a more turquoise blue or a cooler blue, and kind of how all the tones play together. So I always like having a color wheel to look at and reference when I'm mixing colors. Even back when I was in high school, which is just so weird now to like have the same habits and it's all muscle memory. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys that little tidbit because I think, you know, I didn't know how the painting class would pour into all the other aspects of my life. So it's just very nice to see that it's helpful in doing this. So anyway, I'm going to measure out all of my ingredients and start cooking. it is 4 p.m. I just finished icing my cakes and they look okay. I think on a scale from like 1 to 10, I would give them like a 6, maybe a 7 if I was feeling generous. They don't look super good. I think from afar, they look impressive. Let me show you. Okay, so this has been my setup. I'm literally using a kitchen plate as a palette. I have these palette knives and paintbrushes, which are all food grade. And then I have all of my different icings and all the different colors. And yeah, this was my first attempt. Honestly, the first one looks better than the second one. I think by the second one, I was just like getting so frustrated. I love the color palette. This is exactly what I wanted, like a cool frosty blue. But it's very, very difficult to use a palette knife on a cake. And this buttercream is really fluffy, so there's lots of like little air bubbles. So I need to find out how can I make my buttercream less airy, if you will. And then also this palette knife is so long and you kind of draw the petals with this. And because it's so long, it's very difficult to do smaller flowers, so I was kind of going in between like palette knife, paintbrush. It's not my best work, but I think from afar it captures the vibe that I wanted it to. And I am going to wrap this up and freeze it, which is a great hosting hack for cakes. I'm gonna pop it in the fridge first so that it sets. Then I'll wrap it in plastic, pop it in the freezer, and then I'll pull it out the morning of to defrost, maybe the night prior, and I'll just put it in the fridge to defrost. But it'll be nice and fresh still. So yeah, this is this is what I'm working with. You guys have to tell me in the comments, is it as bad as I think it is? I don't know. Oh my gosh, whatever. Hi guys, it is Friday and we are headed to the flower market. I feel like I wore this outfit maybe in one of my last vlogs when I went, but I don't know, this jacket is just perfect for flower shopping because it's kind of open. It's more like a cape, so I get a lot of maneuverability, if that's a word. Also, I don't know if this video will have my new YouTube intro in it, but if so, I am dressed just like myself at the beginning. But anyway, I actually have to go. We gotta hurry up because I am running a little bit late. But we're gonna go pick up the florals for the tablescape. Okay, you guys, we made it to the flower market, and honestly, there's so many amazing things here that I've already got my eye on. So many amazing branches for spring. So normally what I like to do when I get here is there's two shops that I really love. I'll put the name on screen. So I'll usually pop into both of those, take a look at everything so I can see, you know, what's available. And then from there, I'll go and pull my choices. But I try not to like just choose things right away. I try to get a look at everything. So anyway, we're gonna shop now. So I just finished up at the flower market and oh my goodness, it was so busy today. It's honestly, I think I started coming here maybe, yeah, I mean, I've been coming for a while, but I think it's been a minute since I came during spring. So it was very exciting today to come and see all of the flowers that are in season. And it was also really difficult because for my tablescape, I am planning to do basically all white, but there were so many beautiful color options, so it was hard not to try and go home with everything. But I think I might try and come back, maybe not next week, but the week after, and just do a fun floral arrangement with a lot of color, because there's just so many amazing things here. So anyway, I'm gonna head home now with all of these flowers that I have, and typically what I do when I get home is I condition the flowers, which basically just means I cut them, take off all of the leaves and whatnot, and get them all separated into water, and then from there it's like the perfect blank canvas to start arranging. So yeah, I'm gonna get started on that. I'm not gonna lie, right now my apartment is so full of stuff, and then the table is already set for the brunch, so I'm gonna have to unset it so that I can arrange these on the table. I mean, I could do it on the kitchen counter, but it's just kind of limited space. So one day when I have a home, it's just gonna be amazing, and I'll have so much space to do and create, but we're gonna make do with what we have now. So anyway, I'll check in with you guys when I get back. All right, you guys, I just got back home, and I wanted to show you guys the tablescape finally. I normally set the table with you guys in my videos, but I actually went ahead and set this a few weeks ago. It's not perfect, but I set it a few weeks ago just to see how it would look, and then honestly I didn't have anywhere else to put all of this flatware, so I just left it, but I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. Disregard the chairs. I'm gonna switch the chairs out, and then this is gonna get covered with a tablecloth, so it'll be a little bit more clean and tidy. But this is essentially how it's going to look. So I have the really beautiful speckled blue plates, which honestly, these are just stunning. And the quality of them is insane. They're super heavy. Apparently you can put these in the dishwasher. I never do though. They're so nice. I don't want to mess them up. But yes, we have the plates. We have the really cute cup and saucer. I need to take the price tag off the bottom. And then these really cute silver knives and forks that I got actually on Etsy. Not super expensive, and the tip of them have been restored, I believe, with stainless steel. So only the body of it is silver. And then these are the little name card holders that I got, you guys. These are so cute. They are from Williams-Sonoma. I just love how cute and proper they are, and I think they're gonna look really great with my silver candlesticks. A little spoon for everyone for their tea. I need to figure out like where on the table setting you're supposed to put the spoon for tea. I feel like maybe like there, but we'll see. And then I have these silver tea platters, which I also got from Williams-Sonoma. These are so cute, and what I love about them is they literally just screw together at the bottom. So when I'm done hosting, I can unscrew this whole thing. I think it's like 4 pieces, and then I can store it really easily and store it nice and flat. So I got 2 of those, and these are also really great even like just to have. You can put like fruit on here and charcuterie. It's not just for tea sandwiches. But yeah, this is how everything is looking. Definitely a new sort of like color palette for me, but I'm really excited about it and excited to be playing around with something new. And then over here, I've just kind of been playing around with how I want to decorate this side table. I don't know if I ever told you guys, but this panel of glass broke on the coldest day of winter this year. So crazy. It got so cold that it just shattered. So now I need to look into potentially replacing this. So I'm just gonna put maybe like a white tablecloth over this tomorrow. But this is the antique silver teapot tray sugar holder set that I bought off of, I think, Etsy. They have a bunch of really amazing old silver pieces. So this very clearly needs to be polished. So that's on my to-do list today. But super cute. I'm excited to see it when it's all polished up because it's looking a little crazy right now. And then the last thing that I wanted to show you guys are the printed menu and place cards that I got made. I literally have not even seen these myself. So I thought that we could discover it together. Let me see. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is how it turned out. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. So I wanted like a cardstock menu that I could put on a little stand, and honestly, this is so perfect. So this is the menu, and then there are also some name cards. Oh my gosh, and this is how the name cards look, you guys. These are so cute. I have never done anything like this before, and I'm so happy with how these turned out. This is done by a lady who has a business in Long Island, and she just does a bunch of customization for candles, for teacups, for anything that you could possibly want. And I met her actually at an event for Ralph Lauren, and honestly, this is such a talent. I could never do this myself, so I'm really happy with how these turned out. All right, you guys, we are gonna start conditioning these flowers. So they put them in this really nice box. This is definitely my favorite part of the process of all of the hosting, is getting the flowers. Oh my gosh. So these are mustard flowers, mustard seed flowers. Absolutely stunning. I know I said I was just doing white for this, but I decided to pick these up, and then I also picked up some slightly yellow tulips just in case. If anything, I'll put them in the bathroom. I always like to have a cute little arrangement in there as well. So these I'm just chopping off the ends at an angle, and then I'm going to put them in a vase. Wow, so these are the tulips. I'm gonna take everything out so I can get rid of this box. These have to be some of the most breathtaking tulips. I love when they kind of have the long stems and flop over like this. Really, really pretty. Okay, so I have all my flowers laid out here, and I'm gonna start plopping them into water, and I'm gonna cut the ends just a little bit so that they're able to get some fresh water a little bit easier. And I'm using these shears that I got on Amazon. These are really good. Apparently they're like from a Japanese brand. They're really, really sharp, and they're really beautiful. It's like a very nice, it looks like almost like an olive wood. These by far are the best that I've used in a minute. So I'm just gonna trim these bad boys. And how beautiful are these tulips? These are like a really, really soft, almost like brown yellow color, kind of like a mustardy yellow. So I thought those would also be good for a little pop of color somewhere. Next, I really want to get these into water. These are stunning. Then I'm gonna get these sweet peas into water. These are so pretty and so unique. They're kind of remind me of a butterfly's wings or something. They're really, really pretty, and I think having these in an arrangement make them such like a showstopper. They're very eye-catching. Okay, so what I'm left with here now are all of my very long-stemmed flowers. So I have this, I don't know what this is called. I have these really beautiful roses, and then I have some stunning peonies that are already starting to open up and look really beautiful. And then I have these as a little pop of blue to match with the tablescape. So my plan for these are to keep them relatively tall, because I was planning to do a pretty tall arrangement. And in my arrangements, I also bought some branches, as you guys saw. So those will definitely be kind of the peak of the arrangement, but still I want to leave myself some room to play here. So I'm not gonna cut these too short. to get a deeper vase. Okay, you guys, so I've taken apart these big branches and I've separated them into the big, really beautiful pieces. And then for some of the branches that had more like scraggly bits, I put them into this pile of little short pieces, and these are going to be really great for the smaller table arrangements. And these little buds right here at the tip will hopefully bloom by the time of my brunch. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna start by putting together the arrangement that's going to surround the menu. I'm kind of taking the general idea and gonna try and do a larger arrangement behind it, and then a smaller arrangement in this small little jar in front of it, and try and give it this sort of swirl type of look. So we're gonna see what I can accomplish. It might just end up being two really nice arrangements next to it. And I think I'm going to start off with a base layer of greenery. So I have these really beautiful, kind of very whimsical, twiggy pink flowers that I think or white flowers that I'm going to start with. And then I will go in with my peonies. Okay, you guys, so I just spent a few minutes building around this kind of like spirally shape with these tiny, really fine, beautiful branches. I've never worked with these before, but they look so, so beautiful in here. So I'm definitely gonna purchase these again in the future for other arrangements. So now that I have this base kind of built with the greenery, I'm gonna go in and start adding in some bigger flowers. These peonies have completely bloomed since I brought them home, which is so funny because at my last event that I hosted, the peonies were so tight for like 2 days, but it's nice that these are opening up. So I'm gonna start just plopping these in here. I might switch over to my kitchen table to do that, but this is where we are at with things now. All right, girls, I think I've finally finished up playing around with all of the flowers and getting all of my arrangements done. So I'm gonna show you how I've mocked things up right now. So this is how I'm planning to have the side table. I do have another set of huge branches, but honestly, I think this is enough. I was kind of planning on doing like big branch here, big branch there, but I think it would be too much. I think this is perfect. I love the asymmetry going on. And I'll have all my tea here. The menu I'll have over on the kitchen counter, I think, but it's nice to just mock it all up. My assistant came over today and helped me polish the silver, and it's looking way better. So yeah, this is kind of where I'm gonna leave things off today. This was literally a full day of work just to do the florals, but I'm so happy with how they turned out. I hope they don't die before, which actually I forgot to tell you guys. Today, oh my gosh, I had to decide on the way home from getting the flowers if I was gonna push the date for my afternoon tea, because now it's saying it's gonna be overcast again on Sunday, and I'm just like, I can't handle this weather. Just, it changes every single day. So it says that Monday is supposed to be super sunny, so I am going to bank on that, knock on wood, that is actually the case. Luckily, I think all of the girls are flexible with it, so I'm just gonna confirm with everyone again today. But yeah, it's gonna be pushed to Monday, but I'm secretly kind of happy because it was getting a little close to the wire with all the food prep that I had to do, and this just gives me also a little bit more time. But yeah, and I'm wearing my dress. as you guys saw, but I feel like I never really talked about it. So this came in, it fits perfectly. This is the petite small, and I think this area is so flattering, and kind of, I think this neckline takes this from potentially being a bit of a younger looking dress to more of an adult lady dress. And then for my earrings, these were gifted from Jennifer Bear. They are so pretty. They're like these mother of pearl earrings that look like little flowers. So I thought that this was perfect with the theme and everything. And I like, if I'm gonna wear something a little bit more like traditional, if you will, to play it up with a fun earring or something. So I thought this was cool. And I'm thinking I'll just do a French twist the day of. I might see if I can have someone come do it professionally for me though, because my skills are limited, but we'll see. But anyway, I am going to chill for a bit, and then I will check in with you guys tomorrow for more dinner party prep. Good morning. It is Sunday, the day before my afternoon tea, and the vibes are vibing. The florals are done. Today I have all my recipes printed out, so me and my assistant are just gonna fly through some food prep, but I have a development for you guys. So, tablescape. I think I showed you, yeah I did. I showed you the blue tablecloth. So, it's been a struggle, okay? I've been on the phone with my mom a lot, FaceTime, sending her pictures, just trying to figure out like, does this blue tablecloth work? And I just feel like it's the blue that I ordered. I thought it was gonna be like an even deeper blue, and it just reads a little bit bright and kind of dominates the space. I think in a different space, it could work better, but I just think because it's so bright in here, it's just kind of clashing a little bit. So, yesterday, when I was tidying and cleaning up, I just set my, I set all the plates and bowls and everything onto this gray blanket that I have. And I was like cleaning, da-da-da, and I looked over and I was like, the gray actually looks really nice. Because I was considering white, but the dishware just wasn't popping enough off of the white. So the gray, I was like, oh, this actually doesn't look horrible. Excuse my bun, it literally looks crazy today. So I'm up today and I'm gonna run over to RW Guild before my assistant gets here to pick up a gray tablecloth. I think we're gonna go, we're gonna see what they have. It's kind of crazy to be changing things like the day before, but I don't know, I just feel like I need to trust my gut on this. And yeah, the navy blue, I'm not convinced. So we're gonna go see what they have and then come back and work on some food prep. But I'm excited, I can take you guys with me. I'm gonna see if I can get a croissant from the restaurant. They don't really do like takeaway, but sometimes when I'm there and I buy something, they're like, oh, here's a croissant. So anyway, let's head out. And then just before I leave, I wanted to show you guys, so this is how it's looking with the gray blanket. This is literally like a Jenny Kane blanket. But this is how it looks, and I just think because there's a little bit of gray in the plates, it all kind of ties together. You can tell especially on like the rim of this cup. And I think this maybe is a better way to go about it. So we'll see. All right, you guys, I just left RW Guild. I found, I think, the perfect tablecloth, so we'll see how it looks when I get home. And I also got a few, they have these really nice like tiny scalloped bowls that are so good, like when you're hosting, to put like little garnishes on. I'll put the chives in those for the caviar eggs and everything. So yeah, it was a successful run. The lady who works there is so sweet. Every time I go in, she helps me find like the perfect things. And also they let me take some croissants with me because the croissants in the restaurant are so good. They're so good, but they don't sell them unless you're like seated at the restaurant, but sometimes they make an exception. So they gave me some, which I'm very excited about. I got one for me and my assistant. So yeah, very successful. We're gonna head home and start cooking. Okay, you guys, I just got home and I want to show you the tablecloth that I ended up going with. So it is this really beautiful light gray. They didn't have a deeper gray, but what's nice about this is it has kind of like a burlap linen, like thick linen texture to it. So I think it'll also provide some nice contrast between the plates, because the navy tablecloth was completely smooth. So I'm gonna throw this on and just see how it looks. Okay, so this is how it's looking. I don't know if I'm convinced. I think I liked how the blanket was darker. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm literally going crazy trying to make this decision. I feel like now I need like a darker napkin to go with this. So, man, I do not know what to do. I'm gonna have to ask my assistant when she gets here and see what she thinks. Hello guys. All right, so I just changed into a little sweater because I'm keeping it really cold in here so that the flowers do not die. But I wanna show you guys the croissant because it's so cute. Let me get a plate. Okay. Oh my gosh, and they gave me some of the jam on the side. This is what dreams are made of. So, comes in this cute little bag. I need them to open a bakery because these are so good. So this is what the croissants look like. They are so perfectly buttery and flaky. They're amazing. So I got 2 of these, one for me, one for my assistant. And then they also gave 2 of these amazing strawberry jams that they make. I have a feeling that these are probably preserves because it's not super sweet, but it's very good. So I'm gonna plate some of that up. And then I also picked up a giant mug from them because I have so many tiny mugs. I'll show you. So I have so many things like this, like little tiny cappuccino cups, but I don't have any like huge big mugs. I have some glass ones, but nothing like super cozy like this. So I got this. I'm gonna make probably a little tea in here and just sip on that while we fly through some of this stuff. I feel like whenever I'm stressed and having like a lot on my plate that maybe I'm dreading to a certain extent, not that I'm not excited about hosting this brunch, but there's just so much prep that has to go into it, and there's literally no worse feeling than hosting and your guests are about to arrive in 30 minutes and you still have like an hour or 2 hours of work to do. So it's a little stressful in that regard. I think we're gonna get it all done though, but having a little drink in a cup, I feel like is one of those little like luxuries that you can do when you're having a stressful day. Just make yourself a little tea and you'll get through it. So anyway, oh my gosh, you guys, hello. It is 6:30 p.m. I did not film anything of the prep. Oh my God, I feel so bad. But I'm gonna show you guys everything we prepped. We were just like on a roll and I didn't even think to pick up my camera, but we got so much done. Okay, starting off with our lemon poppy seed loaves. So this one I did a syrup glaze with, if you will. I poked some holes in it and put a sugar and lemon syrup over top after it was done cooking to kind of soak in and caramelize. And then this one I just kept plain and regular just in case. So these are perfect for tomorrow. I'm gonna wrap these up with plastic and stick them in the fridge. Okay, next we have all of the scones individually wrapped so that they stay nice and moist, or as moist as possible. They're scones, so they're supposed to be a little bit dry, but I have them wrapped up like this and I'm just keeping them in the fridge. And then lastly, I will just show you a little peek. So we prepped the filling for all of the sandwiches. So these are all the sliced cucumbers, and then in here is the cream cheese filling with all the dill and chives and everything. So this is all good to go. I also did this for the egg salad sandwich, and then the only thing left to prep tomorrow is the chicken sandwich. I want that to be nice and fresh. So yeah, we're in a really good place. I want to give you an update on the tablescape. So I ended up just going with the navy tablescape. I don't know if you'll be able to see because it's so bright in here at the moment, but this just felt like the best thing to do. It really let this all pop. I think the gray one that I got today was just too light, so it didn't contrast enough. And then I took the white tablecloth off of here. I think by the time everyone gets here, you won't be able to see that cracked thing. Like everyone's gonna be like standing or sitting and covering it. I just think that the darkness of the wood and the darkness of the tablecloth kind of ground each other. And I think if I did white here, it would just be way too stark. The arrangements are looking pretty good. This one is like thriving. This one's doing great. I will say I'm kind of sad because these little fine white flowers, which I love so much, are kind of starting to brown. So I'm really hoping by tomorrow that some of these are still alive. I might need to kind of tomorrow switch out the water first thing to help these kind of revive a little bit. I'm definitely going to switch out some of these peonies that are wilted. But yeah, I'm just kind of doing the best with the situation at hand since we had to extend and delay the date for this. But here on the couch, I have all of the tableware and everything laid out. So tomorrow, once I'm in my dress, I will set the table all nicely. So yeah, I'm super, super excited. So anyway, that is everything I did today. Sorry, it's so loud with the AC on. But yeah, I'm feeling in a really good place. I'm really grateful that my assistant was able to come over today and help me out. We really flew through a lot of this stuff. So I'm pretty much done today. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up at 6 a.m. and I'm gonna get ready, and then I'm probably gonna do one round of tidying in here, of just like vacuum, tucking away any like random small bits that might still be out and laying around. And then we'll go into drink prep, sandwich prep, photographing the tablescape, and it all is gonna fly by so quickly. It always does. So yeah, and then the girls are coming over at noon, which I'm very excited about. But I was just talking to my boyfriend today about how when I host these dinner parties, it's always so funny because it's like weeks and days of prep, and then the actual brunch is literally like 2 hours. So it's always just like crazy when it's all over. It just feels like a flash in the pan. But I love the process of planning it, so it's all like very fun for me. But anyway, I'm going to try and relax, try not to overthink, try not to stress too much for tomorrow. But yeah, I will check in with you guys in the morning. Good morning, you guys. It is, I think, 8 a.m. right now. I woke up at 6 a.m., took a shower, ate some breakfast, got ready. So my hair is done. I was gonna do a French twist, but I ended up just going for half up, half down. I did a French twist in the summer for a dinner party, and honestly, by the time that everyone arrived, it had completely fallen out. So I have a little bit of PTSD. So yeah, we're going half up, half down today. I did my makeup. Honestly, it turned out really nice. I've been using this new blush from Rare Beauty. I will link it for you guys. It is the perfect like pop of pink. It's very fresh for spring. And then I put on my Jennifer Behr earrings, which are gonna look so cute with my dress. So I am going to get changed and then start making the glaze for the lemon loaves. My assistant is gonna be here very shortly. She is such an angel. She's grabbing more peonies for my arrangements. I will show you guys. The peonies are a little bit on their last leg. And honestly, this is just the reality of hosting. I feel like when you gotta move and push things around, so I'm gonna spruce these up when she gets here. But otherwise, we are in such a good place. I am going to pop on my dress really quick and then we will start baking. Very exciting. All right, guys, so we are gonna start off setting the table. I'm all dressed in my blue dress now from Zimmerman. so pretty. I feel like Cinderella, but that was not the intent. I got my earrings in and everything, so I'm gonna link this whole look below. But yeah, let's set the table. Okay guys, I just finished setting the table and it looks so pretty. Oh my goodness, I put a little cute little blue flower on everyone's place, and then I made some mini tiny arrangements for the table. I also forgot to tell you guys, I rented some chairs for this that fit the tablescape just a little bit better, but I love how this turned out. I was definitely overthinking the color of the tablecloth. And then I have this area set up so nicely with all of the teapots. And I switched out my usual painting for a cute little bunny painting that I have that's just been sitting on an easel. So yeah, everything's looking really good. I'm about to switch out some of these flowers that are dying, and then also fill up these teapots. So stay tuned. Hi guys, so Yelena, Molly, and Caroline are here. We were just waiting on Jenny, I think is the last to arrive. We have our sandwiches all cut and prepped and our caviar display, which, you know, I always have to break the ice, but it looks so good. We have the menu and everyone's looks are just very much giving ladylike vibes. Perfectly match the vibes. Hello you guys. Oh my gosh, everyone just left. I took my hair down, I'm in comfy clothes, and I am tired. This has been so much prep leading up to this, but honestly it couldn't have gone better. All of the girls that came are so amazing, so sweet. We had the best conversation. I was telling the girls at the table that Molly, who was here, which you guys have to follow her on Instagram, her florals are amazing. She is a florist, and we actually met, oh my gosh, maybe like 2.5 years ago. I had just moved back to the city after COVID, and I saw on Instagram someone posted her floral workshop, and I immediately texted my sister and I was like, oh my gosh, we need to go to this, because my sister was in town visiting me that week. And I was so excited. I immediately bought tickets, and I remember going. I didn't know anything about Molly, but the whole class, I just remember like she was so like ethereal and angelic and just like stunning and so well spoken and effortlessly teaching everyone about florals. And I took so much away from that class. I learned so much as well. And since then, my love of florals and putting together arrangements has exploded, and with credit to her. So it's now amazing, like full circle, to have her sitting at my table. Honestly, like it's crazy how time flies, and her business has exploded so much since then. So it was just very special, one of those like special moments in life where you become friends with someone that you've maybe admired but you never thought you would be friends with. So yeah, it was so lovely to have her over today. Everyone looked so amazing. The food was great. The tea was great. I would say the one challenge is that the tea didn't stay super hot in the pots. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I guess when you go out for afternoon tea, usually you're probably eating a bit quicker, and they bring you a small little pot, right? And then as you switch out your teas, they bring you fresh tea that's still hot. So, but it wasn't a huge deal. I think if you are hosting a tea and you want to use teapots like this, I would say fill it up halfway to start, and then when people want refills or you're starting to run out, boil some fresh water and fill that up again, and just keep the tea sphere inside with all the loose leaf tea. Those things are honestly such a cheat and such a game changer, I feel like, for hosting tea and fitting them into a teapot. My brain's kind of fried right now, but I am going to link everything in the description that I used for this tea, from the tablescape to the kitchen tools. I'm also going to link the company that I bought the tea from, because the tea was exquisite and I have so much left over. I can't wait to enjoy that. I'm going to link where I got the tea towers, everything, so you guys can see. I'm going to also share the calligrapher that I used if you guys want to use her. She's amazing. Yeah, just so many like great new experiences from this specific hosting experience, working with a calligrapher. Honestly, it's something I would definitely do again. I'm definitely gonna save this menu, and I have a little book that I keep from some of my dinner party mementos, so I'll definitely hold on to that. And having her write everyone's names, I just think it's like that extra little touch. And I should have told the girls that they could take their name tag with them if they wanted to, because I sometimes when I go to events I'll like take mine with me, and it's just such a cute little memento. But that was amazing. Also, like going to a specialty shop to buy some of the ingredients, going to the tea shop was great. And then it was great to have Marky's Caviar send me some amazing caviar for this too. That was really fun. So yeah, just all around, like this was such a success, and I'm glad that I pushed myself with the color scheme and the tablescape. It was a little chaotic, but we figured it out. And I'm happy with how it turned out. It was, again, another learning that I know is just gonna make me better in the future. And that's how I need to think about these things, is like, even if it wasn't perfect, or even if it posed as a challenge, it just means that next time I'm gonna know how I can make it even better. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, I really appreciate it. I feel like this vlog wasn't quite as in-depth as maybe the last hosting vlog that I did. I showed a lot of like the early in the month prep, but yeah, I wish I could have shared more. Sometimes it's hard when I'm capturing for TikTok and Instagram and also trying to be in the moment, or I really need to like buckle down and get things done. So I'm trying to figure out like a good working system so that I can really make sure that for YouTube I'm capturing, and I'm also capturing content that you're not just gonna see on my other platforms anyway. And I feel like these vlogs this month stay true to that. I think it's a lot of stuff that I didn't film for Instagram or TikTok. So yeah, I'm super grateful to be on YouTube. I'm so grateful for my community here. Like, when you guys leave me like these long comments, like it touches my heart. And it's like, honestly, like all the kind comments from my community, especially I know that I just have such a strong community of women of color and minority women, and it just brings me so much joy that we all have a place to come together and celebrate the little luxuries in life and the nice things. And I think things that we don't always feel like we deserve or that belong to us, and just know that they do. And special moments, whether it's a special little teacup for your tea while you're working, or picking up a few small flowers at the grocery store, or whatever you can do, those little things, like, they make life so much more special, so much more magical. So I'm glad that I can share those moments with you and hopefully inspire you. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought of this, what your favorite part was. I'm really excited to see what you guys think. And yeah, stay tuned. I think my next hosting vlog will probably be in July. I'm gonna try to get another video up between now and then, but we'll see what's possible with my travel schedule. But yeah, anyway, again, thank you guys so much. Bye.